Hello, you guys. Good afternoon. It is 1:30. I got a Spark Shop this morning. It was, I think, $17 and maybe 8 items, something like that. And then I kind of sat around getting mediocre Spark orders that I didn't take. Wasn't getting anything on Doordash until I finally did get one right before lunch. Right before I took my lunch, around 11:50 or so. After my lunch break, I just got a pizza order, also a Leave It Door. Got that one dropped off. And yeah, I'm just sitting in this parking lot waiting for orders from either app. All right, it's windy, so ignore my hair, which is always a mess. But as soon as I filmed that clip, I got a Starbucks order. Let's go drop it off. Starbucks has been dropped off. It was going to the hospital, not the same section of the hospital that the rude lady was in, thank God. This guy was super, super sweet. I've delivered to him several times, and he's always super kind, and he tips pretty good. So grateful to have customers like him. But anyway, the hospital is pretty close to Walmart, so I am going to sit probably in the Walmart parking lot for a few minutes, see if I can snag anything there. But either way, I'll have both apps on, so we'll see what we get. Well, guys, it's been kind of dead. Not a lot going on, but I did just get a Sonic order dropped off. It wasn't handed to me, so I don't have that footage or a picture, but really nice guy, and it was like $6, and all they got was 2 drinks. So it was pretty easy. And I drove over because it was dropping off sort of close to Walmart, or at least close to the mall, this close to Walmart. So I decided to pull into the mall parking lot, and I just got a Spark order. I think it's like $15, but it's only 3 items, so it should be pretty easy. So I'm gonna go get it shopped for so we can get it delivered. Got the Walmart order done pretty quick and easy. One of the items was unavailable. Unfortunately, they only got 3 things. It was all like toy related things, or like slime related things. The 2 slime things were in the craft section, which is just like a couple aisles over from the toys, you know what I mean? So anyway, I found those very easily, and then I went to the toy section, and I found the spot where the product was supposed to be, and the shelf was empty, unfortunately. So I looked on the end caps, because, you know, sometimes Walmart have extra stuff, like toys on the end caps that are, the shelf where it's supposed to go will be empty, but the end caps will have it, you know. So anyway, I looked a couple different places, and then I marked it unavailable, and she didn't have any substitutions on. So I did send her a picture of the empty shelf, told her they didn't have the one item. I was sorry about it, and I delivered it. So I went to go pick up this Taco Bell order, and I was waiting there for a few minutes, not too terribly long, but I waited, and I saw a Doordash order on the little, you know, what's it called, the rack. And it was not my order, so I waited, and then she brings another order over, and it was really weird because my customer got 2 like cravings boxes, whatever they're called, and 2 drinks, and that's what this was. But one drink was supposed to be a Mountain Dew and the other a Pepsi, and they were both Mountain Dew. So I was like, she was like, "Is this your order?" And I said, "Is that for?" And I gave her the customer's name, and she was like, "Oh no, this isn't that customer." And she was like, "That order was picked up like 5 hours ago. There's been like 4 other Dashers come in here and try to get that order." And so I was like, "That's really weird." And I was like, "Well, thanks for letting me know. I would have stood here waiting forever, you know." So anyway, I went and marked that the store was not able to find the order, and it let me unassign penalty free. I should have called so that they'll stop sending it around, but I just didn't feel like it was worth my time for $2, so I didn't do that. But anyway, I did get a McDonald's order, also $4.25, and it was a hand it to me going to some apartments just right down the street from McDonald's. Well, guys, it's the next day. It's Tuesday. And after I took that McDonald's order, I came and parked where I am right now, and I was waiting for another order, right? And all of a sudden, I get a text from the customer from the McDonald's order saying, "I didn't get my fries." And I was like, you know, I have this like typed out message, this pre-saved message. That way I can just copy and paste it when people say they're missing something. And it's basically, I don't remember word for word. It's a longer message, but it basically says like, "Hey, I'm just a DoorDash driver. Like, you know, sorry you're missing something, but I can't access your information anymore since I dropped off the order. Please contact DoorDash support through your order history and they can fix it for you," you know, something like that. Well, anyway, I was sending that, and she started calling, and I don't like to answer text or calls really afterward, but usually when I send that message, they leave me alone, right? So I sent the message as she was calling, and she quit calling, and then she called again, and I didn't answer again, and then she called again, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to answer because she's not going to leave me the hell alone. So I answer and she's like, hey, they forgot my fries and I paid for them. You know, it's on the receipt and everything. And I was like, kind of saying the same stuff. Like, I'm sorry about that. You know, I'm just the DoorDash driver, whatever, blah, blah. And anyway, she's like, I can give you the order number. Like, I really want my fries that I paid for. And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling generous today. Let me go get your fries. Or let me go see if they'll let me have your fries. So I go into McDonald's and they have a bag sitting on the counter. If you guys do DoorDash, you know if there's more than one bag, well, at least in my area, if there's more than one bag, they'll write like 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3 on each bag. That way you know which ones to grab. The bag I took her did not have writing on it. I always check. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I have made mistakes, but I always check. I see a bag that says 2 of 2 in there on the counter, and I was going to grab it, but I was like, I don't know if that's mine. There's no number on it. Order number or whatever. So the manager comes up, and I just thought it was kind of funny that the manager come up and not a regular employee, because the manager never comes and takes your order or anything, And I was like, hey, my customer said they were missing fries, and he grabbed the bag and like pushed it over, and he's like, this is the fries. And he opened it and he's like, yeah, this is them. And I was like, that bag wasn't there when I grabbed the first one. And he was like, it's been up there. And anyways, he was like, let me make them fresh. And so he went and made fresh fries, or got fresh fries, and gave them to me. And I said, thank you. It's not worth arguing over or whatever. And he said, you're welcome. And I left and I delivered the fries. It was only going literally 2 blocks away, so I didn't mind. And she was very appreciative and everything. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. So I decided to drive over to Walmart, which is right here, as you can see. Because it's 10:30 and I usually don't get DoorDashes around this time. So I was like, let me just drive over to Walmart, see if I can get me a little shop order or a curbside or something like that to keep me busy until 11. And I did manage to get a $15 shop. Goodness, I can't think of the words I'm trying to say today. But anyway, it's like 4 bags of ice and then some kind of soup mix, and then I forgot what the other thing is. One other thing. So, tea, I think. A jug of tea. So anyway, I'm going to go in and get this stuff shopped for so I can get it delivered. Our order was easy. They didn't have the big 16-pound bags of ice she wanted. She wanted 4 of those. They only had 7-pound bags. So, you know how Walmart works. If you guys do it, you have to scan at least one item before you can contact the customer. So I went and scanned the soup mix that she got. And then I sent her a message and I said, hey, they don't carry the 16-pound bags of ice anymore. They only have the 7-pound bags. And then I said, if you have your substitutions turned on and you'd be okay with it, I could sub 4 of those. And then I went and I got the tea, and I gave her probably 3 or 4 minutes, and I didn't get a response. So I just made the decision to try and substitute it, and it did let me. So she did get some ice, just not quite as much as she wanted, but hopefully it'll be all right. So I got a Pizza Hut order. I was going to a local business, the owner of the local business, and they didn't tip, which is fine. No one is required to tip. They handed it to me, so I went inside and gave it to someone. I don't know if it was him or somebody else, but I gave it to somebody. And then I went home, had my lunch, and then I got back out and I got a Nobility order. I just finished dropping off. It was just 1 drink, thankfully, and going to a house. So, easy peasy. And now we wait for our next order. The orders just stopped. They just stopped. So I decided to go home, get out of the car, just chill at the house for a minute. I got the dishwasher going. But anyway, I finally got a McDonald's order on Doordash, Earn by Time. And it's literally going 2 blocks down the road from McDonald's. So anyway, it's a pretty large order, so I doubt it's ready yet. But I'm going to go in and wait for it, and we'll get it dropped off. This will probably be the last order because it's already 4:26, but we'll see. So I got that order done, and in the notes, the drop-off notes, it said, please make sure the drinks are made last. I'm trying to not get the sun. I almost whacked myself in the head with that. Did you guys see that? That doesn't help. Oh, that does. Okay. Sorry. What was it saying? Oh, yeah. It said, please make sure the drinks are made last. we have no control over when your drinks are made. I mean, they're made and then they're given to us. That's all I can tell you. But anyway, it was such a close drop off that as soon as I pressed confirm pickup, it was already telling me don't forget the drinks. You know, when you get close to the house, it gives you those little reminders. That's how close it was. But anyway, Justin is on his way home. It is 4:37, and I'm going to leave the apps on for just a few minutes since I got out again. And then if we don't get anything else, we'll probably call it a day there. Well, I don't think I ended the video yesterday, guys, but didn't take any other orders. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.